to Still Part of Me. Today's live is about books, but more importantly, it's about how your hair, shows up in the stories we read, whether it's said outright or not. From novels to memoirs, from political fiction to global nonfiction, hair is always doing something quietly in the background. It reveals power, emotion, class, culture. Whether it's mentioned in passing, styled with detail, or hidden completely, hair carries meaning. So let's spend a little time today looking at how books say something about hair. We're looking at books that say something about hair without even saying it. So I'm going to start off with a book titled The Hairdresser of Harare. The Hairdresser of Harare is a story about much more than hair, even though the title says Hairdresser of Harare. But still, the salon is a hub of politics, class, gender, and tension in this novel. The type of salon someone owns or enters, that singles social status. The hairstyles, they're not just about beauty. They're about belonging. That's why they're trends, because people want to fit in. They want to look like this actress and this model and this person. Everybody wants to feel part of it, and that's why they jump on that trend so that they can look a certain way, fit into society. Hair becomes a symbol of who can access what, who is respected, who is excluded, who is trying to survive. The hair salons, where upper echelon of the market, that's where they go. People go there because they wanted to be associated with that as well. Think about that. The hairstyles, they're not just about beauty, they're about belonging. Hair becomes a symbol of who can access what. Remember, who's respected, who is excluded, who's trying to survive. Hair is also about trust, who you let close, who gets to touch your scalp, who sees you in a state of becoming. That hairdresser's chair, if it could speak, the stories it will tell. Hairdressers are like psychologists. And in this book, hairdressers are storytellers, gatekeepers, observers, and truth holders. Powerful. The way someone wears their hair becomes code. Code for power, grief, rebellion, class, pride. And this isn't just about this. This is not the only novel that addresses hair in this aspect. This is what I want us to start noticing in any book we read. Any book you read, look at what the character's hair is like, or how it's described, or not described, or not spoken about, and why. Hair tells the truth, even when no one is talking about it. So let's expand a little bit on this insight, right? What to look for in any book that you read. So how do you start noticing the quiet story of hair in a book? Even if it's not the focus, that's my point. I'm not asking you to go and look for books that are about hair. No, any book you wrote, sci-fi, anything. Just start noticing these things, the nuances of hair. Here are some real questions to ask whilst you're reading, no matter the genre, okay? How is hair described when a character first enters the story? Are they tidy? Are they styled, covered, natural, shaven, unbothered, unkempt, untouched? Who is allowed to be messy? and who must be polished to be taken seriously. Think about whose hair gets described as wild or neat or presentable or beautiful or exotic. What happens to a woman's hair in moments of grief, migration, transformation, or tension? Does she cut it off? Cover it? Let it grow? Is hair ever covered in the books you read? Who covers it and why? What's the cultural or emotional reason behind that? What kind of hair is praised? What kind is erased, mocked, or controlled? Does the story reveal bias towards straight hair, towards Eurocentric beauty standards? Who is allowed to adorn themselves? Who gets told they're too much or not enough? Look at who's allowed color, texture, boldness, and who is punished for it. Hair in a story often shows us what the author believes about things like beauty, femininity, masculinity, power, freedom, grief, identity, status, silence. Whether it's a memoir or a fantasy novel, these questions help you read beneath the surface. So I'd like to think about one book. What's one book, fiction, nonfiction, memoir, anything, where a character's hair said more than their words did? Did their hair reveal emotion, class, defiance, tradition, or something else? Please put a comment in the comment section. Let me hear about it, or just reflect on it quietly. I just think about the fact that my hair is red, and a lot of times, even today, I'm walking maybe in the mall, in the grocery store, and I'm wondering, why are people looking at me like that? And I'm trying to think of what I'm wearing, and is it out of place, or do I have something on me? And then I realize, oh my God, your hair is red. And there are very few people with red hair, dyed red hair. Sometimes I go to places where people look at me like, almost like in disgust, especially women look at me like, what is this? And then I realize it's the hair. She's making a judgment, or she can't figure out who is this who's going to wear her hair red. Because sometimes the red in my hair is red, probably obnoxiously red to some people. But those are the kinds of things that you need to look at from time to time. What is your hair saying about yourself? What are people perceiving of you? You know? So I also have a playlist called Books You Feel in Your Roots. I have put the link in the description box for you to go and have a look at those videos. I did videos on different books that have nothing to do with hair, but I gleaned from the stories what the hair meant in those books. Even though that's not the author's point of view, that's just my point of view and my way of saying, my channel is about hair care, hair color, and also about spirituality in terms of your hair and, emotional attitude towards life and things like that as pertains to hair as well. And I did that so that when you're reading, think about what the character's hair is like. Why is it that way? Why did she wear this? What did she do when this happened, or this and that, or he or she, anybody? But start looking at, picking up on little things, the minutiae in there in the book about hair that may not be, certainly not the focus of the story, but has been described or not described, and you need to have to wonder why. So in closing, I would like to, my message to you basically is hair holds what we often don't say in life and in literature. So the next time you're reading, slow down on the parts where hair is mentioned, because those lines aren't just about beauty. They're not just about beauty. They're about voice, selfhood, rebellion, class, presence, emotion, identity. So much, and more. Hair isn't just hair, even in books. And if a character's hair can carry a story, so can yours. So can yours. The hair salon is a status symbol in so many countries. Your hair tells people maybe what socioeconomic class you come from, level you come from, your educational background, your personality, your characteristic, your it says so much about you. You know, not everybody is looking at your hair in that way, but think about that. So good people, I wish you well and see you in my next live next Sunday, 6 p.m. CAT. Have an absolutely fabulous day and take care.